everyone. Today we are here with Alberto Junco, Senior Director of CRM, E-commerce and Marketing at Furla for the US and Americas. Welcome, Alberto.
Hi, Lara. Hi, everyone. I'm Alberto. I'm based in New York, and I manage all, as Lara have said, all the e-commerce and marketing and CRM for Furla in the Americas. That's Canada, the US, and South America.
Amazing. So Alberto and I actually go way back. We used to work together, and he actually agreed to be part of our 5 Qs with, where we are interviewing amazing leaders in the fashion, beauty, and luxury industries to hear about their experience in this industry. So if you are ready, I'm going to start with the first question. This is the easy one. Easy? Ready?
So I always think on what I love about my job, and I've been working in the same industry, like in digital and marketing, for now 15 years. And what I really like is how it's connected with another department. So how I work with all the different departments in the company. So I see like the process of the launch of a product, how it goes from production to P&L to merchandise to visual merchandise to e-commerce, digital marketing, PR, communication, etc. So I really appreciate to be in this position, because it's not just what the title says. It's like you are involved in much more. So I think being working on the marketing arena or e-commerce arena, you are involved on the entire process, because you are working with all the different departments of the company, so I think that's very, very important, including finance a lot of times. So even if I don't want to say, I started my career, as I said before, quite long time ago. So when I started, actually, like the companies, they were not that focused in digital as they are now, obviously. It was all more about like traditional marketing, let's say. As well, e-commerce was not predominant channel as it is now, for the companies, the most important channels of income was like obviously direct stores and specialty stores, as well the wholesale channel, etc. But e-commerce was not as predominant as it is right now. So for me, that was like the most two big change, at least in my industry. And then get it a bit more there, like into marketing. I will say like what now is a very normal a strategy to take, that is like that omni-channel that we are hearing over and over and over. Like 10, 14 years ago, it was not like, it was when we started to implement this, like omni-channel was only used by, a few major fashion groups. And now, it's expected to be the norm and much more widely used for retailers. As well, something that have changed, obviously, was influencer marketing, that it was not really existing, and now is our bread and butter. Like consumers have gone from trusting influencers to mistrusting them, and then trusting them again and mistrusting them. But, it's a very beautiful process to see how consumers at the end of the day is who is marking or who is saying what the trend it is in terms of the marketing channels or the marketing tools that at the end us as professionals we're using. And as well, getting more into marketing, experiential marketing is something that it has grown in these past 10, 15 years. Before, it was very rare to see like some pop-ups, for example, that now is again our bread and butter, creating hype, awareness, and revenue for brands. And now every single brand are doing like pop-ups or are doing events focusing on creating that experience that before was, not even in the table on the marketing strategies of the company. So it's nice to see that. And what else? So yeah, in the early days, consumers, for example, love to showcase brand names on their accessories and clothes. And this has taken a major turn in the opposite direction. You know, there is a niche affluent group that is no longer interested in carrying brands to simply show status. Sorry, even heavily branded brands as Louis Vuitton already adjusted to their change years ago by introducing more minimally branded designs. Again, you know, fashion is a bit cyclical, and now we are seeing that logo branded back. So again, there is the beauty of the industry that I'm working on, you know, the continued change.
No, absolutely. You pick some of the best trends.
Yeah, exactly. I think so, you know, and I think again, it's how the consumer at the end of the day it's claiming for that, because I think like I seen like, you know, these new generations, Generation Z, X, etc., are starting to be now interested in logo, and you see now again like I don't know, Balenciaga doing like, you know, the partnership with another group or another brand of the group doing like a double logo collection. Do you know what I mean? So I think that of course is coming for the brands, you know, marking the trend, but as well for the demand that new generations are requesting, you know.
Yeah, no, of course. You pick, so I was saying like three of the best, like I think trends we are seeing this past year. The digitization, that is something that because of COVID was basically what it was supposed to happen in 5 years, happen in less than one. And that's actually fantastic in a way, because I feel like now everybody is trying to move toward digital, and in your position are actually in the best spot right now. And then again, like, you know, the importance of Gen Z, of course, Gen Z is becoming, you know, the most important, almost together with millennials generation. So it's absolutely like they are the two age group to every marketers need to take into consideration while planning their strategies. So
yeah, exactly. And then you see as well like how something that have evolved a lot is how the e-commerce and marketing teams have started to be like, you know, no work together, like live together in terms of like, you know, resolutions to make you know, a better experience. You know, before the e-commerce was managing e-commerce, but now because the importance of the e-commerce business and how I mentioned before was, you know, it was not that predominant. Now it's much more predominant. You see how the marketing or marketing teams have more involved on that, you know, online shopping, returns, checkout, as well as check and execute and strategize part for the marketing team. You know, at the end of the day, brands, you know, have realized how important is this, and they really wanted to convert every visit in a customer, you know, or in a purchase. So you know, the marketing point of view is very, very important on that, you know. So yeah, so human craving for connection and community was seen clearly during the lockdown period. You know, people have feel like lonely, have feel like, you know, they really need like social connection, etc. So what I always have been thinking, and in the company in Furla, we have been always thinking how we can create like our online community for our, you know, for our clients, our followers, etc., to feel part of our family, to feel like Furla is there with them, you know. So online marketing and promotional events were accepted with open arms by consumers. So a lot of activations that we were doing, they were working pretty well if they were online, because obviously people, they were at their homes, and they were like craving for this kind of content, you know. This trend has been continued even after, like, at least in the US, that, you know, we are seeing a bit the light there, so everything is start to be more open, etc. But we have seen this trend continue, and people are still more connected with us online than offline, let's say. So you know, as I said, these have continued to be seen as people are now more familiar and secure with using online platforms to engage, interact, and shop. That say, that's include me, like as a personal, personal experience. Before the pandemic, I have never bought, in the larger online shop that is Amazon. And during the pandemic, I have feel more comfortable, purchasing there, for example. Um, More online marketing and promotional events are on the horizon, not just for us. I have been saying as well, it's a trend in the market. However, promotional events should have more one-on-one interaction. Like, for example, watching a fashion show on your computer or TV screen is not very engaging. So as a professional, we need to think on something else. It has to be more interaction between the user and the brand. So we are thinking on different options on how we can develop tools for our consumer to be more engaged with our content. As well, online shopping consultation masterclass, where a stylist show the product details and share how to style it on a color match class, where the attendees learn how to match their bags based on the skin color or on the color of their outfit, could be more engaged to generate immediate sales. So yeah, that, yes.
Yeah, no, of course, we start seeing all those like things. Like I think one of the top things that happened, the trends that happened, was like the live streaming, the shopping online with a person. And I think we will, in the future, you said, we will keep seeing more and more those kind of experiences that are like a kind of digital. They are online, but they have this strong like emotional concept for like human interaction, so that you are not just like shopping against the screen, but there is something like human on the other side. So absolutely, like it is a trend that we've been seeing as well. And I'm sure, like you said, that is gonna keep growing, and brands need to take advantage and leverage this and start working on it.
Exactly. I think the human fact to be involved is now much more important than before the pandemic. Do you know what I mean? I think people have craving for that interaction with humans, that it's very important to show it as, as a marketers, to give what people needs and what people is craving for. Okay, so it will not be necessarily a tool. However, where we stand currently in the marketplace, strong brand awareness, much a necessity. So, and at least for Furla, in the US. So Furla is known in the US only amidst a minor group, largely consisting of Asian ethnic background. So, although our goal is to create a market position consisting on a full price styles over market downstore outlet, the US market does not have enough brand awareness to create a strong business with high profit margins on a full price model. So as I said, it wouldn't be a tool. It would be like create like that strong brand awareness like this, So with that all said, is for me as a marketer, brand awareness is really, really, really important. And there are another, let's say, colleagues in other departments, and you will be facing this same issue, that they may not understand a lot of the practice and a lot of strategies that you put it in place. Because when we put it in place as a marketer, you think on brand awareness. Another colleagues that are in other departments, they have another mindset, and then you need to explain why brand awareness is that important. And say, okay, but where is the revenue in this activation? And then sometimes I have to say, it is like, actually it's not revenue, it's not physical revenue, but the revenue will come. But you need to work on build up brand awareness, So sometimes it's very difficult to understand for another mindsets that they haven't been in working in marketing for a time, So it's another part of our job, is like manage expectations, and you need to explain why you put it in place and activations, So to achieve this, we could look into how other brands reach their status with higher prices items and less markdowns. So it's also interesting for us to see how most brands in the US market, they secure their market position as a designer brand by, by selling to the affluent. The secondary breeds market segments and licensed products were later introduced to increase market shares. So the brands was positioned as a higher end already. Other market segments were eager to get a piece of the brand lifestyle for status quo reasons. So, in the current market situation, it's more challenging to balance the higher ends versus outlets, for example, without impacting perceiving brand value. So it's something that we have been working on it, how to balance that and to manage the brand awareness of one market to the other. However, I don't know, it will still be beneficial to serve brand lifestyles. For example, Italian craftsmanship, values and culture are very much appreciated, valued by niche affluent groups and aspiring by lower end market segments as well.
No, absolutely. I'm sure like it's quite a challenge, and I'm sure like you will be able to overcome in bringing like all the amazing heritage for Furla as a very like well-crafted Italian brand to the US. So
yeah, exactly. And the US is like so competitive in terms of pricing that sometimes we need to think out of the box and say, okay, we cannot compete with this, and we don't want it to compete with this. We don't really want it to, harm our gross margin just because nothing, or just because some extra, few dollars. So for us, it's really, really, really important to work on, as we say, on our values, on the Italian craftsmanship. So, the beauty of our product, etc., etc. The thing is, like, as I mentioned before, is like a process, and it's a process to get, to get our audience to understand, the importance of our brand and our values. So I will say like every tool and platform can be learned easily and on the job. So what it will matter are the skills such as networking, creating authentic relationship, ability to research and learn anything, managing stress and driven with a positive mindset in any high pressure environment. Work on the soft skills and mindset, everything else will fall into places. Sometimes as, young professionals, or me as a young professional, I was scared thinking, I wouldn't be able to do this, I wouldn't be able to do that. I think, I have been always able to learn what I need to learn, and actually it's a beautiful, beautiful process. And as well as I said, soft skills such as networking and creating relationship are very, very important. But because at the end of the day, your team is very important, and I always say this: companies are made by people. So the teams, the people, is at the end of the day what is important. So for you to create those connections and create those relationships are very important. So don't think it's not important. Like people that surrendered to you, as well on your personal life, but on your professional life, are very important, because you are going to not just work with them, you are going to learn with them, you are going to be happy with them, be sad with them, cry with them sometimes. So are very, very important.
No, that's really wonderful. That is absolutely true. Like it comes.
And because we suffer together, right?
We did suffer together. Like that's true. Like we did suffer together a lot, but we were also very happy to. We did a music project together, and
we did incredible things. I think like your time at our company at Furla was one of the best times. So we were very proud, all of us. We worked too hard sometimes, but it was great.
No, thank you for this word of wisdom, and thank you for your time. No, this was absolutely fantastic, Alberto, and I'm sure like all our listener and viewer were absolutely delighted to listen to you and getting some insights from your experience and learn from it. You have so much to give, and we have so much to learn from you. So thank you again so much, and I hope to see you soon.
Thank you all. Bye.